Oh, my show is just tearing it up today. I don't know what's wrong with this one, but I done did some crazy stuff. But anyway, welcome to Narcissistic Love 101. This is the lounge where we are going to talk about idealization real quick, real briefly, and you can go ahead and move on to the worksheet and on to your next video. So, what is idealization? This is more so plays a part with love bombing. Um, that's why I have these three together. So, the love bombing, the idealization, and the hoovering, they all deal with uh, the narcissist going above and beyond the norm to manipulate and strategically pull you to them. The thing about narcissists is I have to say that if you can repeat back, like I just did, if you can be honest about what they do, then the way you start seeing them, when you start looking at them the way they look at you, as if typically a narcissist looks at you as either someone to replace their spoiledness or to take their childhood traumas on. So in the idealization phase, they want to assure that they get away with both of these or either of them, whichever one they're aiming for. So in order for them to continue to have you baby them and mother them and allow them to be the narcissist that they are without saying anything, they have to idealize you. So they have this idea of what they want you to appear to be in your eyes. And this is all a mind game. They want you to appear in your own eyes more than what you are through the use of their eyes, which are falsely talking to you, lying, strategically manipulating. And not to say if they call you beautiful, you're not beautiful. Or if they call you smart, you're not smart. But it's definitely to say that they're saying that for a specific reason. Pretty much, that's what it is. It's definitely to say that they're saying that for a specific reason. A narcissist will idealize you. This is where they go above and beyond the idea of who you are, even to you. So if you're benevolent, they'll just make you a magnification in your benevolence. So they'll just talk about how super duper 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 benevolent you are, and you looking like, now I know how to that now, but they do this for a reason. They test you to see what your level of confidence in yourself is. Because if you know that you're not that benevolent, if they know that you're confident in who you are, you're not curious and wondering or needing someone to fill that void, then they know they're like, look, I know I'm good, but you're doing too much. What's up with that? Versus, oh my God, you think I'm just, oh my God, I'm just, no. And you know damn well your ass ain't that benevolent. Come on now. You at that point when you can peep they bullshit, then they know it's a self-esteem tester. So to idealize you is to get your eyes or your head on cloud nine so that you could be further distracted from the love bombing. So not only are they idealizing you, they're putting you on this super pedestal and they're showing you such love in such areas by using keywords from those places where you were hurt. Oh, you found a gold mine. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, this motherfucker is crazy as hell and don't give a shit about you. Emotionally abandoned and whack. Can't manage a shit of emotion. Only emotion they know how to handle is anger and fear. And they don't even know how to handle fear, but they can recognize it. Yeah, they can't even handle anger. They can recognize it and express it. But the idealization phase is used so that they can butter you up even more. So it's there to, it's like putting the Parmesan cheese on your spaghetti sauce. You already have your spaghetti, you got the sauce, it's good without it, but the idealization is what increases um, the narcissist's chances of getting in with their prey. Because who doesn't want to be idolized and put on a pedestal and made to feel super duper good and super way better than what they are by somebody that says they love you? Who wouldn't want that? Even a healthy thinking person would think that that was okay. And that's the thing about narcissists. You don't even have to just have low self esteem. It could be somebody with a healthy self esteem, because as a narcissist, their mission is to defeat. And if they think that you think that they think that you think that they're better than them, they'll try to defeat you. And that's what it was for me. He knew that I was a good woman. He wanted to defeat it, because there's no such thing as good women in his eyes. He, like Job's situation, Satan and Job. It's like you just want to prove that I'm just terrible, when in fact you know damn well I'm not, but you're so scared to admit it to yourself, because then you would have lived a whole lie. Your whole entire life would have been a lie. But as a narcissist, their idea is to idealize you, put you on this super duper pedestal so that you cannot even realize how far beneath, and then they purposely put themselves beneath you so that you can have high expectations. So they expect greatness from you, but you don't get to expect that from them, because remember, they put you on a pedestal. So that means that you're above them. So anything that you do is wrong. OMG, my God. But anything that they do, oh well, I'm beneath you. I'm below. I'm down here. So what'd you expect? No. So it's all a part of manipulation. So you want to be careful with somebody that is always, always, always uh, celebrating you in a way that's just too much, where even you yourself, like, okay, wait a minute now. I don't even clap that hard about me, you know. But when you have somebody, especially if it's too soon, and again, guys, this is if it's too soon. Because again, if you're in this course because you think you have a narcissist in your life and you're just testing the realm just to see, if you think you have one, then you probably do. Because then most people that are healthy and healthy mindsets, they don't even approach relationships on that manner. So if you have somebody that's even approaching it on that manner, 9 times out of 10. So a good way to find out is to ask the guy or girl, what was their childhood like? If it's a guy, ask him what was his relationship with his mom. Ask him what was his relationship with, and then ask him the relationship with the dad. But ask him about the mom first, because most narcissists who are angry, there's a big age difference in the relationship, and they take their anger out on their spouse. Their moms hurt them as a kid, very much so. So you have to be careful. You definitely have to see when you're dating someone, even when you get in the relationship, and even if you're trying to get out of the relationship, the idealization phase still carries through, because in their mind as a narcissist, you're above them. And then when they want to strip that from you when you've messed up, then they want to really stand where they really feel for real. You ain't shit. You're not even that high anyway. I put you up there. So they still do that to manipulate you and to play with your mind. That's all. It's all a mind game. It's all a mystery. It's all they do to keep you vested in them. That's all. So the idealization is just their strategy or their tactic to undermine your self esteem and to belittle you on a subliminal level. It is their way of trying to control your mind to see where you are and to just straight up manipulate you. So when you have somebody, especially at the beginning of a relationship, hell, even in the midst, I would have to tell my husband, like, okay, now you doing too much. Like, you don't even believe that. That's what worried me. If he starts talking about something too much about me, you lying. I know it's probably the opposite. of what you're saying. And he knew that I knew that. And that's the thing about a narcissist. They can't stand when you know them. I studied him though. And again, on my journey to try to fix him, I fixed myself. Because in finding out about narcissists, I was able to change my mind about him and not take it so personal. And that's the beauty of understanding this type of relationship. Once you know the purpose of it, and we'll talk about that later in another module, but once you know the purpose of the relationship, it changes the dynamics of your thought process and it empowers you because now you step into the realm of your position. If you know that this relationship is here to do this for you, then you will step into that role and allow it to do it. You won't walk through fearful. You'll be able to discern what it is that your job is and what path you need to take. Even if, like me, my journey was to go through this relationship, to go through it and to learn what I needed to so that I can sit here before you today and create this video. And had I not been obedient when I was, then I wouldn't be sitting here creating this video because I would still be with him being a hypocrite. And I refuse. I can say that. I refuse to sit here before y'all and preach, leave a broken relationship, and I was still in mine. That's why I was hiding and I got tired of hiding. Being with him was making me hide behind who I truly was. So now I had to take the idea that who I was with him before and create my own idea. So now that person that he thinks, like, if he tries to get with me, he really thinks that he's getting back the same woman that he had before. So he thinks that he's missing that. No, I'm not that same person anymore. So if you haven't gotten to a point where you're ready for this new woman, I can't do anything for you because you've gotten ready for the old person. She's gone, dead and gone. You killed her. Now you need to, and if you're not ready for me, which you're not because you're still lying, he's still not telling the truth. Yours is still over here doing this, still over. Come on now. So what if you idealize me? The point is to idealize yourself. What you can do to combat the idealization, just have them, again, the thing about narcissists is keep their ass in check. So you let them know that you peep their narcissism, they'll tone it down. Because when you read them, they get nervous. They get nervous and they start walking on eggshells and watching what they do. They may become more cunning because they've bagged away and had to rethink, but they know that you're watching them. They know that you're watching them. And they have to be very, very careful. And those particular narcissists are very dangerous as well because they'll definitely play a role in public. And in private, it's totally different, leaving the person vulnerable. They're made vulnerable to susceptibility of not getting help by anybody else, which is what the case was with me. I've actually called the police and he took the phone from me. The police called back and he told them, oh, she was fine. I didn't even know they were talking to him. She fine. She didn't mean to call y'all. And they hung up. What? This man could have killed me. And that night, I actually thought that somebody was going to the hospital. That was probably the first times I was scared being with him. And he hurt me so bad that day. I can just still see the visions of what he was doing. He was such a monster. Such a monster. But because he had idealized me, he had love bombed me, and he had just filled all of those holes. I just thought I needed him. But then when I started looking at the monster and seeing that, no, and after a while, I just tried to stop fighting with him. But sometimes he would just keep hitting me, and I wouldn't do anything. And it was sometimes I'd punch the fuck out of him or put a knife to his throat. I mean, it's just crazy. The narcissist needs to be stopped, and we stop them by peeping their bullshit, calling them out on it, and controlling our anger. And then ultimately we get to the point we don't even fuck with them, which will keep them from ultimately being who they are because they'll have to change. Nobody will fuck with them because narcissist is not gonna get with a narcissist. It's not gonna work. You're not gonna get two narcs in a relationship that's working. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work because they're gonna be fucking playing with each other. They're gonna be playing with each other's heart, mind, body, soul, spirits, and that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work because they're both too fragile for that. So, well, that's pretty much for idealization. You definitely just want to be aware. You know when somebody's just doing too much. Be aware of that and call them on their shit. Always with narcissists, call them on their shit. That's the important thing to keeping them in check and doing what protects your heart the best. You have to keep their ass in check. Period. So I thank you so much for being here for this video. And there is a worksheet. It's a brief one for this one because it's not really much to I actually might even put it on with the other worksheets. I don't know. But grab your worksheet and I will catch you at